Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone, and today's lesson topics will be users and user interface. So we will go through two chapters of your introduction book, the chapter 2 and chapter 3, and also I will point to you as on the web page you can find exercises and the questions that I would like to ask you to answer them before next session next week. So let's start. So objectives for this part of our session, the way we will discuss users user interface. So objectives are for the next hour we will log on to Microsoft Dynamics AX 4.0, explore the Microsoft Dynamics AX application window, find and use keyboard shortcuts, and use the Microsoft Dynamics AX help system. This section is intended to provide an introduction to the user interface within the Microsoft Dynamics AX system. The base window of the program is introduced in addition to instruction on how to maneuver within the system using such tools as menu bar, toolbar, shortcut keys. The section also introduces the Microsoft Dynamics AX help system. This includes following user help structure, on-screen user help, developer help, administrator help, Microsoft Dynamics community, and about Microsoft Dynamics AX. So we will have the following scenario that we will go through, and that will help you to understand what actually we will be doing today. So a new employee of the global trade and manufacturing company has requested an overview of the Microsoft Dynamics AX system because he or she will use this system daily. Before learning all the day-to-day tasks, he or she wants to be comfortable with the user interface and know what help features are available in the system. An in-depth training is not required, only an overview. Active Directory. Microsoft Dynamics AX uses a Microsoft Active Directory. It's an Active Directory-based solution that improves security and administration. Therefore, users who have installed Microsoft Dynamics AX need only log on to their computers for system access. With the integration of Active Directory in Microsoft Dynamics AX, user administration is also improved. Administrators can add new users in the following ways. Enter the user alias as it appears in the Active Directory. Use the Active Directory import wizard built into Microsoft Dynamics AX. Microsoft Dynamics application window. In this section, we discuss and define the structure of Microsoft Dynamics AX application window, in addition to describing navigation within the application window. After Microsoft Dynamics AX has started, the application window appears. The window includes the following areas, but not all may appear immediately upon starting. So if I will switch back to my Microsoft Dynamics, as you can see, I already started my Microsoft Dynamics, and excuse me, the following areas appeared upon starting. So we have the title bar on the top, menu bar, toolbar, navigation pane that includes favorites and menu, workspace, task pane, and status bar. So let's have a look at the title bar. The title bar is located at the top of the screen. This standard Microsoft standard Microsoft Windows feature displays the application name. So if you can have a look at the very top on our Microsoft Dynamics system, we have a blue line and this is the title bar. So it displays the application name, workspace instance, the license name, the server name, a minimize button on the right corner, a maximize restore button, and the close button. Next menu is the menu bar. The menu bar is located under the title bar. This standard Windows feature contains menus to access functionality used throughout the system. Functions that are unavailable appear dimmed or grayed out. So as you can see, we have under the title bar, you can see the menu bar. So, and a feature that is unavailable currently is common and is grayed out. So if I will open any form, you can see comments now is available, and the features in the comments menu bar are available as well. So I'll close my user form. Many of the actions on the menu bar can be executed by clicking the icons on the toolbar. The toolbar is located just under the menu bar. This standard Windows feature contains a row of icons to give quick access to frequently used functions such as ending, filtering, and locating data. At the end of the toolbar, icons for accessing alerts. So this is alert. The application object tree, development projects, and context-sensitive help. As each form is opened, a related functionality becomes available in the toolbar. So again, if I will open my user form or any other form, you can see that toolbar extended with regards to this form. So we can jump from one record to another, go back, and filtering and find and so on. So users can customize toolbars in the following ways. So you can select which toolbars to display, size of the icons, and display tool types. So if I will go to the tools and then customize, I can select the properties for my toolbar. So I can select what toolbars buttons I want to use, and also large buttons and show tool types. Okay. Tool types. As the pointer rolls over the icons on the toolbar, tooltips appear that includes the name of the icon in addition to the related shortcut keys if applicable. So if we will go through the tools, you can see we have a small help next to our arrow that shows the related tip to this button, short description. Also, it shows the shortcut keys if they're available. For example, for cut is Control X. Or for delete, it's Alt F9. Navigation pane. The navigation pane has the same appearance and behavior as other Microsoft products, such as Microsoft Outlook and Microsoft Internet Explorer. It includes favorites pane and menu pane. So you can see on the left side of your screen, we have the navigation pane, and there is favorites and the menus with the selection of the modules. The navigation pane provides a flexible structure that lets users change views, forms, and navigation paradigms to better reflect the daily workflow of their tasks and system actions interactions. The favorites pane option lets users set up favorites pane with selected menus from the navigation pane. The benefits of the favorites option include view folder and menu hierarchy based on Internet Explorer style data management and access. Add and organize constructs are used to view, personalize, and manage user data. User personalization of data persists throughout the system. Complete drag and drop functionality support, and favorites operates independently of navigation pane framework. So what I could do, I can just extend my favorites, and you can see I already have some favorites in my folder. The menu pane lists the the menu pane is at the bottom. The menu pane lists the Microsoft Dynamics AX modules and functionality. The menu pane is structured like a tree. This has branches that collapse into multiple levels. A level is extended within the menu by clicking the plus sign, so I can expand and collapse. For example, if I will go to the inquiries, in my administration menu, I can go to the inquiries, and then I can expand further my folder, the database, so you can see this is a structure, tree structure. A user can collapse extended level by clicking the minus sign, so you can collapse it back by clicking the minus sign. This section only collapses the level, it does not close the open form. Each level of the menu pane consists of tabs, folders, and menu items. So tabs, these are tabs with the modules. Tabs are named based on the functionality they contain. For example, the General Ledger tab contains the Chart of Accounts functionality, or the Accounts Receivable tab contains Sales Order functionality. So if I will go to the General Ledger module or click the tab, you can see the Chart of Accounts and everything that is connected to the Chart of Accounts and budgets, fixed assets. If I select Sales Ledger tab, that means I will select my Accounts Receivable or Sales Ledger, and in this tab you will have the everything related to the Sales Ledger module. Tabs are equivalent to the installed licenses and only appear if they have been purchased. So the tabs are closely related to the modules, and it depends if you purchase your modules or not, they will appear or will not in your system. Folders are expandable and contain a grouping of functions. Most tabs contain these folders, so the structure pretty much the standard in Dynamics AX, and every module you will see these 5 folders, which are journals, inquiries, reports, periodic, and setup. Menu items, when they are selected, execute a function within the application. Menu items in Microsoft Dynamics AX include the following: forms, reports, and dialog boxes. So menu items you can see in the Sales Ledger, we have Sales Order, Sales Quotation, and if we will open the Journals folder and Sales Order, so we have Sales Journal, Blanket Order, and it's very similar in the Reports folder. But in the Reports folder, you will have the report menu items. So it's custom, for example, customer-based data. So tabs, based on the screen resolution, some of the tabs of menu pane may not appear on the navigation pane. User access hidden menus, so users can access hidden menus by clicking the double arrow down arrow icon in the lower right corner of the navigation pane. So you can see here the double arrow. If I will click, and you will see the list of the modules or tabs that didn't fit in my screen. When a user clicks a menu or tab, the relevant menu information appears at the top of the menu pane. Okay, menu items, type forms. Forms are the standard functional document in Microsoft Dynamics IX. Some forms characteristics are: they contain tabs and buttons. So let me open the form. You have a user form now, but I will close it. I will open the customer form. So they contain tabs and buttons. Within each tab are fields, and within each button are functions. So we have tabs, and within each tab we have fields, and we have also buttons, and there are functions within the buttons. They have different appearance based on their functionality. Some forms include two sections, a header and a body, such as the sales order form. So if you remember from our last week's sessions, we were working with the sales orders. So if I will open my sales order and go to the advanced view, you can see we have two sections, top section and a bottom section. Some forms provide list views, such as chart of account form. Columns on list views can be resorted, resized, moved, and hidden. Highlighted records in list views may have either a greater than symbol or the asterisk symbol at the far left of the records. The greater than symbol represents that the record has been saved. The asterisk means that the record has not been saved. So for example, I have a sales order, and if I want to create an item or line in my sales order, I click Ctrl-N and create a new record, and you can see I have the asterisk. That means that my record wasn't saved. If I will select item number and will save my record, you can see asterisk change to the arrow sign or greater than sign. Some forms are dialog boxes. These contain tabs, options, or processing information such as report or badge job forms. So if I will go to my reports, for example, base data customer, so this form called as dialog box. Some forms such as the sales order have a simple and an advanced view. Again, if you remember, I will close my dialog box and go back to my sales order, and you can see, if you remember from the last week, we have simple view, which is the simple view, and the advanced. Users can toggle these views by clicking the simple and advanced buttons. The simple view provides an overview of a single record and contains no tabs. The advanced view provides a complete and comprehensive access to sales orders. This view, or purchase orders, this view contains advanced buttons, tabs, and fields. There is a page icon in the upper left corner that provides a quick access to standard Windows form options. This includes the following. So if I will go to advanced view, and so on the right or left corner of the form we have page icon, and if we will click on it, you can see following options: restore, move, size, minimize, and maximize, close, and next. So these are standard Windows options, functions. Task pane. The task pane contains the global search functionality that is used to search for information across selected tables. So if I will go to my view and select the task pane, you will see we have the global search functionality that we're discussing now. So if I will close my forms for now. And this one as well. Okay. Before the global search feature can be used, the data crawler must be set up. To search for information about customers and vendors, the following tables must be added to the data crawler: the customer table, vendor table. Also, you can add the item tables and any other tables in the system you want to perform the search. To select the tables and fields to be included in the global search, you can. Now I will close my favorites for a moment. So we can go to the basics module, and then we will go to the setup, and we have the data crawler table, and we can go to the table setup and set up tables we want to include in our global search. So I open my tables. As you can see, I have search already set up for my customer table. So let's include the vendor tables as well. So I want to search on vendors and customers. So if I will create a new record, so the process can take some minutes to compile a list of the tables. And as soon as it is compiled, the tables form will appear. So, and we will select our vendor table. So, at the same time. So when we will select our tables, a message will appear that will ask if we would like to add text fields from customer table or vendor table to the text index. We will click yes, and this tab adds all the fields to the search index. The fields can be modified on the text index. Oh, here we go. Okay, we have the customer table. Let's select the vendor table. Okay. Sorry, I have the. Okay, so we selected the vendor table, and if I will click on the text index tab, it will show me all the fields from the vendor table that are included in this search. So we leave them as they are, or if you don't like some of them, you can remove them. So we set up tables, vendor table and customer table. I'll close my form. So now to start the data crawler, we need to go to the data crawler form, and we can, as you can see, it's already running for me, but I can stop it and I will stop it first, and I will run it again. So on the crawler tab, we can set up parameters and start the data crawler. And in the overview tab, you can see the company account that the data crawler is running, is to be run, and you can select the speed. So let's go to the crawler tab, and we'll select that run in the background, and we don't need to recreate the search index. So I will start crawler. So you can see status change to the running. So our data crawler is running, and so when it's the status is running, we just will close the form, and our global search is ready to use. So for example, I'll think now I want to find the all the records that all the customers and vendors that have the word light in their names. So if I will type word light and click search, Dynamics IX finds for me all the records, customer accounts and vendor accounts that have the light word in their name. So let's have a look at our customer account 4037, that is light fittings, and if I will click on the link, the Dynamics IX will open the customer form, and on that a record that was found in our global search. The same will apply for the vendors. So if I will click my first vendor, you see the vendor form is opened with regards to the vendor I selected. So next is the part of the menu is the status bar. I will close my global search for now and my vendors table. So at the bottom of the screen you can find the status bar. The status bar is located again at the bottom of the application window, and the status bar can be hidden or configured to display any or all the following. And you can select the configuration for the status bar in the tools and options. And on the options there is a tab status bar where you can select what features to include in the status bar. So we have field and form help text, customized help text, alert status, default currency, current company, current application layer, caps lock and numlock status, user ID, system date and time, data transfer and database activity. Field and form help. The lower left corner of the status bar, so it's lower left corner of the status bar, displays the field and form help text. Microsoft Dynamics IX provides help text that is based on the position, click or rollover of the pointer for fields, buttons, button menu items, toolbar icons, menu items in the navigation pane, and menu items in the menu bar. So let's try move through the navigation pane. So if I will, for example, select the general ledger, you can see that my help on the help form change. So it's create or update chart of accounts. This is about general ledger. If I will open any form, for example, chart of accounts, you can see the help message changed with because I opened the chart of accounts form, and it says account number for posting in the ledger. If I will change the field, it will be help on this field, account name field, and help says name of account. Also, it's help on the buttons as well. So you can see that when I'm rolling over the buttons, you can see the help is changing on the left bottom corner. Certain forms can be opened by double-clicking the field on the status bar. So if I will close all my forms, and you can see in the options you can select all these options for the features for the status bar to be shown in the status bar. So yes, certain forms can be opened by double-clicking the field on the status bar. So for example, alert status opens the view alert forms. This form displays an overview of all alerts and provides several management capabilities. Current company opens the select company accounts form. This form is used to change to a different company, and if I will check my right corner, you can see I have the link to my company account, and if I will double click on this menu, you can see I have a choice of the company account, so I can select the company account, the different company account. Click OK, and you can see that my company account now changed. So you have to be very careful and always make sure in what company you're working, because it could cause a lot of problems if you will enter data in the wrong company account. So let me change my company account back to my demo company account. I'll click OK, so I'm back to my company account. Next is currency code. So you can see here currently I have USD, US dollars currency, and it opens the currency converter form. If I will double click on it, you can see my currency conversion form, and this form is used to display financial information in a different currency than the default company currency. The more information about this form you'll probably know from the financial course. And the other function from the status field could be system date. I currently don't have it, but you can select it from the options. So system date opens the system date form, and this form is usually used to change the system date. New application windows, so you can find it as a button. A new instance of application window can be created by using the new Open New Workspace function using either of two methods. So I showed you the button, and also you can find the on the Windows menu, we can find the Open New Workspace. So if I will click Open New Workspace, you can see that exactly the same Dynamics AX opens in the different window with the exactly the same company account. So if you just want to open the other workspace, you can use this button or from the Windows menu. So Open New Workspace. So I will close it because I don't need to use it. Okay. Move back to our presentation. And now I will talk about the shortcut keys. Shortcut keys enable the keyboard for most tasks that can be finished with using a mouse. Users can access shortcut keys from a variety of areas, including menu bar items, toolbar, form buttons, and on-screen help. So let's find and use shortcut keys. So in the Dynamics AX, on the View button, you can see some shortcut keys. So auto-hide navigation is Shift-Alt-F1, and task pane to open is Control F1. Also, if we'll go through the buttons, you can see on the, for example, Edit button, you can see the list of all the shortcut keys. And also you can find the shortcut keys if you're moving slowly on the toolbar, and it will show you some of the shortcut keys. also very important, note the shortcut key for the help button is F1. So at the end of the section in your manuals on page 95, you can find the exercises that I would like to ask you to finish until the next week when we will have our next session. Now we will talk about the configuring the workspace. Microsoft Dynamics IX lets users configure the appearance of their workspace to match their preferences, including hide and show and resize the panes. This includes the following: favorites, navigation, and tasks. Add favorites, navigation pane options, which includes the order of the tabs, which tabs appear. So hide and show workspace panes. So to hide and show the modules in our navigation pane, we can go to we can click the right arrow and go to the navigation pane options. And in these options, we can select the list of all modules, and in case we are not using some of the modules, we can remove them by unticking the checkbox, and also we can move them down and up, depending which modules we would like to see first and last, and so on. So, for example, we have General Ledger, and this is the first module, and as you can see, I have General Ledger on my navigation pane as the first module. So I can reset to the default, and if I will click OK, it will save my changes. Favorites pane. So let me expand my favorites back. So the favorites pane can be hidden or displayed using any of the following functions. On the toolbar, click the favorites pane. So tools, toolbar. Unfortunately, I don't have in this system. So you can press Shift Alt F1, and if you will click View and then Favorite, it will hide it. And you see now we have the favorites in my in our toolbar. So I can select favorites and also View and go back to the favorites. In addition, the favorites pane can be closed by clicking the Close button in the upper right corner of the favorites pane. So I can minimize them, close, and also I can close them from the view and remove favorites, so we cannot see our favorites. And I'm back. The navigation pane can be hidden or displayed using any of the following functions. So again, we can select it in the view navigation pane, we can hide it, and back. Also we can use Alt F1 buttons on our shortcuts. The task pane can be hidden or displayed using any of the following functions. So Control F1, or if you will go to the View and Task pane, and you can see our global search is opened. So let's see how we can use our favorites. As the list of favorites shortcut grows, a folder can be created to keep them organized. To add a new folder in the favorites pane, you can right-click on the favorites menu area and just create a new folder. So, and we will say that our new folder will be demo folder. Click OK. Oh. Sorry, it created the folder in my other folder, so I will move it. You can use drag and drop to move items in the favorites. So folders can also be created by clicking Organize and then create folder. So again, I'll create the test1 folder. Click OK. We created our new folder. So users can organize the forums, queries, forms, queries, and folders that have been added to their favorites pane by clicking Organize in my favorites menu. So if I will close. So also you can add to favorites the forms, and you can organize your favorites, create groups, and rename groups. Also you can view the list of your favorites in the Favorites tab. So for example, I can move my chart of accounts to the oh sorry, I opened it instead. I can move it to my demo folder. So if I can use the drag and drop functionality as easy as that. So I have the chart of accounts in my demo folder now. The same way you can right click and delete or rename. So I will delete my folder. Yep. So it's very easy to use, and it's very similar to Internet Explorer and other standard applications in Windows. So at the end of this section on page 100, you can find the exercises for this part of our course. So please make sure they will be complete before next session next week. So now we'll talk about the help system. The Microsoft Dynamics AX help system is based on compiled HTML help files. So the extension for these files is .chm files. Users can access the help system from Microsoft Dynamics AX to provide assistance with the application. However, it is also available from outside the application. So CHM files, the help system is split into 10 files to reflect the job roles associated with Microsoft Dynamics AX. The benefits of the .chm files are: users can edit help files by using an external help authoring tool such as HTML Help Workshop. With the same tool, users can create new help files for partner solutions. .chm files do not have to be indexed or initialized during installation, and this can save the time. The help files are continuously updated by Microsoft Dynamics AX content developers and made available for download. Example, a consultant who has just installed Microsoft Dynamics AX cannot start the client. He or she wants to access help to solve the problem and opens the aximguide.chm file. This can be done without opening Microsoft Dynamics AX. So the help files could be accessed without opening Microsoft Dynamics AX. So if you have problems with Microsoft Dynamics AX, you can access files, help files anyway. On-screen user help. The on-screen user help provides information about the setup and usage of every screen within the Microsoft Dynamics AX system. Help can be accessed by using any of the following methods. So if I will move to my, the following methods you can use is click Help and Help, click Help User Help. On the toolbar, click the Help icon and press F1. So let's go back to my Dynamics AX. So if I will click Help and then Help, you can see my Help is opened. Then you also can use the Help and User Help. If I will open one of the forms, you can Help, and you can see the User Help. On the toolbar, you can have the Help icon, and also you can use F1, and it will be very similar with other functions. The toolbar at the top of the Help form provides the guidance to additional help within the system. The option icon on the toolbar provides options such as hiding the left pane, refreshing the form, and searching reference. So let me open the Help. So you can see the tool menu, button menu on the top of the Help. The left pane contains tabs and a tree structure similar to the navigation pane. The three tabs in the left pane are Content, Search. So Content displays the list of the help topics. Search opens the text search dialog area, and Favorites display a list of user-specified topics that are frequently viewed. With the topic selected on the Contents tab, click the Functions tab and then click Add. So you can, and then Functions tab, and then we can click Add. So we have favorites for our. The pane on the right, this right window, contains the text related to the selected help topic. In this pane, users can collapse or expand information, open other related topics, and provide feedback on the help topic. So you can expand, collapse, link to the other topics, and also you can see we can send feedback on the help topic. The Microsoft Dynamics AX help system also provides hot links to various forums. When text appears blue and bold, clicking the text will open the corresponding forum in the application. So, for more information, see. Oh, sorry. Need to find. So I don't have any relation to the forum yet. Need to find it. So also I would like to mention that when you are opening form in Dynamics AX, any form, I will close forms. So for example, we have chart of accounts. If I will click F1, help, you can see that help appears with regard to currently active forums or currently open forums. So we have help about the chart of accounts form and every single field in this form. So if I will close my help and go and open in sales ledger, I will open the customers form. And again, if I will click F1 or help, you can see that help on the customers form opened. And that way it makes very easy to use and retrieve the necessary information with regards to the specific form if you have any questions or doubts. So also in the, if you will click the Help button, you can find the help, Developer Help. Developer Help describes central concepts in Microsoft Morphex and provides in-depth task-oriented help to guide developers through the development process. So this is more described in the development part of the course, in the development course. So if I will move to my slides, go to the next. So to use search features, so back to my Dynamics AX and open the Help and go to the Search. You can use the search features in the in our Help. So we can type here the keywords we want to search. For example, I want the help on everything that relates to the items. And if I will click List Topics, Dynamics AX show me all the topics related to my words. So everything related to my items. The search feature offers the following search criteria: search previous results, match similar words, and search titles only. Help for administrators. The administrator help is a set of documentation targeted towards IT professionals at customer sites and provides information about the following: setting up Microsoft Dynamics AX, upgrading and deploying, managing a core system, and managing extending functionality, and managing, monitoring, and tuning Microsoft Dynamics AX. So the administrator's help you can find in the, if we click the Help button and see the administrator help. Also, we have Microsoft Dynamics Community. The Microsoft Dynamics AX offers a general community site where users can access more help on Microsoft Dynamics AX, blog, ask questions, visit posting sites, and link to services and support. So if I will click Microsoft Dynamics Community, you can see that Microsoft Dynamics website opened where you can ask questions and read more help about the Microsoft Dynamics. Next function in the help is check for updates. Clicking this menu item opens a window, Windows Update site that has been combined with other Microsoft solutions. But a plugin must be installed that enables this site to search the user's Microsoft applications and then analyze what updates are needed. This function enables users to access one update site instead of one site per application. The help menu also contains the About Microsoft Dynamics menu item. So if I will click it, the About Microsoft Dynamics AX form displays general copyright license, system, and version information. It is meant to be a quick reference to find serial numbers, Microsoft Dynamics AX version information, and general system information. So you can see all my license information, kernel version and application version, and also I can have a look on the system info current of my computer and the license terms for my current Dynamics AX. So I will click OK. and move to the next slide. So we finished the first part of our presentation, and in this section we were discussing the introduction to the user interface within Microsoft Dynamics AX system. The following areas of the application window were introduced: title bar, menu bar, toolbar, navigation pane, which includes favorite pane and menu pane, workspace, task pane, status bar. This section also included instruction on how to use the system by using tools, menu bar, toolbar, shortcuts, keys. Excuse me. An overview of Microsoft Dynamics AX help system was also provided. This included following: help structure, on-screen user help, developer help, administrator help, Microsoft Dynamics community updates, and about Microsoft Dynamics AX. At the end of this section, or this chapter, it's the third chapter in your manuals, you can find test your knowledge questions on page 207, which you will have to answer before next session. And check your knowledge. Okay, now we will move to the second part of our presentation, where we will be talking about users. So for the next 50 minutes, we will create user groups, create user by using the Active Directory import wizard, create users manually, define parameters for the user log, monitor client and server activity in the Microsoft Dynamics AX system. So in this part, this part focuses on user setup in Microsoft Dynamics AX. This includes the creation of users and user groups. After users are created, permissions are assigned and log parameters are defined. Log cleanup is also specified. So let's have a look at our scenario for our second part. A Microsoft Dynamics AX implementer is setting up a database and has to create user groups and add users to the system. The first step is to create the user groups and then create users. After assigning the user group to the user, the implementer sets up the user logs and online time reports. User groups. User groups are typically used to provide different security combinations for various groups of similar users. When users are created, they are assigned to the user groups. Users can be assigned when a user group is created, or user group can be assigned to the user after they have been created. A default administration user group is created during the Microsoft Dynamics AX installation. This user group cannot be edited. Enterprise Portal specific user groups are also edited when Enterprise Portal is configured. Any user who needs access to Enterprise Portal must be assigned to these user groups to access the appropriate content on the Enterprise Portal site. As you probably remember from our previous sessions, Enterprise Portal is the web-based Dynamics AX, where you can enter or view the data through the web pages, web interface. So let's create a new user group. So I will go back to my Dynamics AX, close my customer form, and the user groups and users you can administer from the administration module. So I will move to the administration module. I will close or minimize my favorites. And in the administration module, we can go to the setup and to the user groups. In the user groups form, we can, Yes. On the user group, we can create a new group by clicking Create New button or selecting Control N. So I will select the Control N. And in the first group field, I have to enter the user group ID, which will be demo. And the description is demo group. So I will save my record. On the Users tab, I can select users that would belong to this group. So let's say my guest user and Paula Neves will be members of this current group. Also, you can I will go back to my Users tab. Also, you can remove users from this group by highlighting them and clicking the back arrow that will move them back to the remaining users. So I still will move Paula on in the selected users. So now we can, you can see we have the permissions button where we can set up and view permissions. So I will click this button and go back. Okay, I'll move to my presentation. Permissions. The user group permission form is used to assign or remove permissions for the selected group. The overview tab displays the domains and the user group is assigned to. So if I will go back to my Dynamics AX, you can see that we have user group and the domain or company account assigned to these permissions. So if I will click Permission tab, it will take quite a long time, to compile the list of the permissions for the current new group. Because it's a new group, it will take time to compile all this. So the Permission tab is used to grant or deny access to various forms and reports in Microsoft Dynamics AX. The left pane provides information specific to the nodes selected in the right pane. And permissions are set up in the right pane. So we have quite a long time. I will try and probably so now my Dynamics AX doesn't respond until it will finish the searching and compiling the permissions list. So what I will do, to not waste time, I will open the other Microsoft Dynamics AX. Probably will close this one. Now. So if I will go back to the administration and go back to my user groups, I'll probably select the admin user group and we'll show you the permissions for the admin user group because it was already compiled for us. So we'll click permissions and go to the permission tab. So, and you will see that on the left permissions tab, it will provide you information specific to the node selected in the right pane. So it will take time as well. It has to be quicker. Yes, here we go. So if I will click the viewing arrow, I can filter the menu items and security keys in the instance. So if I will select security, I have to compile again, but you can see the description of every node in the security. So you can see what does it mean. Also, if, for example, if I will select the general ledger and expand my general ledger security keys, you can see it's very similar with the general ledger module. So if I will open the general ledger module, you can see that daily means all the daily functions and forms, and then the journals, inquiries, reports, and periodic and setup. So all these folders you can set up security. Also you can set up security directly on the tables. So if in the viewing I can, I will move to the main menu, back. You will see that is exactly the same folders as modules are. So if I will expand again general ledger, you can see it's exactly the same, and I can set up security. So as currently I'm using the admin user and admin user group, this is the default user for the Dynamics AX, and that means that I can't change anything for this user. But you still can see that we have 5 levels of access in Microsoft Dynamics AX, and so in order to form list permissive to most, you can use the no access, view, edit, create, or full control. So for the typical user group that is not admin, these functions will be available. So you can, for every module, you can select what type of the permission you would like to use. Unfortunately, I can't show you the different user group because it will take quite a long time to compile the permissions. So by default, if a user is in more than one user group and there are conflicts between permissions in the groups, the user will always have the permission that grants the most access. That means if, for example, user is in 2 groups. In one group, he has access to chart of accounts. In another group, he doesn't have access to the chart of accounts. So the result will be, if he will be included in both groups, the result will be that this user will have access to chart of accounts. So after access has changed, the icon will change in the viewing list to match the selected option. The permission tab includes the following functions to help in granting permissions. So we have the buttons that are not active for the administrator currently, but they will be these 3 buttons are available for all other user groups. So Cascade automatically updates all permissions associated with the permission changes. Set all to no access. It sets all objects in the viewing window to no access. Set all to full control. It sets all objects in the viewing window to full control. The user group permissions form is also provides functionality to export current permission setting to a file. To import permission settings from a file, add to print current settings. And to print. After creation, implementers can edit user groups. So, for example, if you created the permissions for one group and they're very similar to another group, And for another group, you don't want to spend as much time as for the first group. You can just export them and import to the new created user group. Also, you can print permissions on the screen or in the paper for the reference. So if I will click the print button, you can select for what group and domain and what viewing I would like to print. And if I will click OK, it will print on screen. So you can see the list of all permissions for the admin or company accounts for the user admin and group administrators. The security in Microsoft Dynamics AX also includes options for record level security and field level security. This security will be covered in the administration course, so we will not discuss these types of security. So at the end of this section on page 115, you can find the exercises for the next session. Right, I'll move back to my slides. User setup. To add an additional layer of security to the computing environment, Microsoft Dynamics AX requires that all users are listed in Active Directory services on the domain controller before they can be enabled on the Microsoft Dynamics AX user form. Active Directory for Microsoft Windows catalogs information about all the objects on the network. This includes people, computers, and printers, and distributes that information throughout the network. Security is integrated with Active Directory through logon authentication and access control. Administrator can create users either manually or by using the Active Directory import wizard. So let's try and create the user by using the import wizard. I'll close my user groups. User form, again, if you remember, we can find in the administration module, and the first form is the user form. So I'll double click on users and create a new user. That I will give, so I will need to enter the user ID and, oh sorry, it's a manual user. We are talking about the user wizard, so I will delete my existing user just in case. Okay. So, Microsoft Dynamics AX users are employees of an organization, company or partner who require access to Microsoft Dynamics AX as part of their job. Any individual who has access to Microsoft Dynamics AX must be added to the list of Microsoft Dynamics users on the user form. If you want to create multiple new users and those users already exist in the Active Directory, use the Active Directory import wizard to import these users into Microsoft Dynamics AX. Unfortunately, I don't have the Microsoft Dynamics, unfortunately I do not have Active Directory installed on my laptop, but to activate wizard, you can click import button, and the wizard window will appear where you can press next button, select the domain. So I will not find the domain. So, but if you will follow the steps, Dynamics AX will create the list of the users from your current Active Directory. When the import wizard is used, user groups selected are assigned to all imported users. Therefore, it is recommended to either import users who all need the same user groups, or import users but not assign groups until after the import is completed. So I will exit my wizard because I don't have Active Directory installed. So if I'll click yes, okay. So now we'll create the user manually. A new user, Paula Neves, has been set up in Active Directory, but not in Microsoft Dynamics AX. Instead of using the wizard, the database administrator manually creates the user in the user form. So let's create a new user. And user ID will be, let's say it's PNC, and username will be Paul Neves. So when we create the user, we have to enable this user in the in our Dynamics AX. I can't currently enable the user as, again, I don't have Active Directory, but if you have Active Directory, it shouldn't be a problem. So after we created a new user, we have to assign this user to the user groups. So let's say our new user Power will be attached to two user groups, is demo and test. And click save. So every user must be a member of at least one group. If user is not a member of any groups, he will not have access to Microsoft Dynamics. As soon as the new user is created, it can be edited at any time from the user form. Also, on the Overview tab, you can attach the default company account for this user. So default company account means that when user opens his Dynamics AX, this company account will be opened by default. And also, as soon as users are created, they must be related to the corresponding employee in the system. Assuming that employees have been set up to relate a user to an employee, we can make the following steps. So we highlight our user and go to click the User Relations button. And on the General tab, we can assign the employee to the user. And if I will go to my expand the drop-down list, I can find my Power Neves employee. So I'll select it and save the record and close this form. This way, Dynamics AX will know that user PNE or Power Neves is attached to the employee Power Neves. If I will move back to my slides. So, default company. When the wizard is used, users automatically assign the same company as the company used to run the wizard. This becomes the user's default company. The default company is the company that opens every time that user logs on. Users can have different security based on the company in Microsoft Dynamics using domains. Until domains are set up, users have the same access to all companies within the system. Domains are defined and set up in the company account's content. Please be careful with the domains, because in Dynamics AX domains are not similar with the Windows domains. Dynamics AX domains are used to group company accounts in Dynamics AX, and this will be discussed in the administration course, I believe. So to change, to change the company account in the user form, again, we can select the company and select the default company account for the current user. So let's say the default will be training company. So users are also able to open companies other than their default. Also, although their access will be limited to their domain, so it depends on domains. Users will have access to different companies. Let's move to the user form functionality slide. This section will cover the functionality of the permissions, user log, and online time buttons on the user form. All the fields and other functions on the user form are fully defined in the help, available by pressing F1. So if I will go back to my Dynamics AX and click F1, you can see the all help is available for this current form you can find. User permissions. The permissions button on the user forms opens the user permissions. So I will click permissions. The user permission form is used to view the permissions that the user has within a specific set of company accounts. So please note that from the user form you can only view user permissions, you can't modify them. So if I will select my Power Needs and in the select the company account like demo company account and we'll move to permissions. Again, it will take some time to compile a generate security tree. So as you can see, it shows us permissions and our user doesn't have any access to any account. And if I will move to the security, so you can see the no access in the demo company account. So the same way you can view permissions for every company account in the system for the specific user. Permissions can only be viewed from this form, again, not edited. Permissions are granted or denied from user groups form only. So I will close my permissions. User log button. This button opens the user log form for the selected user. The user log tracks when users logged on to Microsoft Dynamics AX. So if I will click user log, so you can see that our current user Power Needs, as we just created it, didn't log into the system at all. But I'm as an admin, if I will highlight admin and go to the user log, you can see the log for current user or for the user admin. The cleanup button is used to delete log information for selected users based on the user-defined deletion criteria query. So we can click cleanup button, and you can select the history limit dates in field. So you can type the number of days to retain log information in history. Only log information older than the specified number of days is deleted. So if I click select, I can select the criteria for my cleanup log. I'll click OK. I will not select any. So if I will click OK, the log that's older than 100 days will be deleted. And also you can use the pivot tables. So my cubes are currently not available, but to view the user log. So I will go to the General tab. You can see the general information about specific line in the log, and then you can have a look at the statistics. So log on quantity, today I logged in 3 times. In last week I logged in 11 times. And you can see further information. So I can close this form. The next tab is Online Time. The Online Time button on the users forms opens the user's online time form for the selected users. The online time feature creates a report that displays the online time for each user. So if I will select the online time, and I can print the report for the current user, which is the admin user. So the user online time form is used to define the information to gather in the report of online time, such as user ID and name, created date, and printing options. So I printed the report about my user's online time, and you can see user ID is admin. The computer it was logged in is the name of my computer, and login date, time, log of date, and log of time, and also the time that I was online, or user admin was online. Excuse me. So at the end of this section, on the page 123, you can find the exercises that you will need to do before next session next week. So I will close my forms. Back to my presentation. Online users. Occasionally, the Microsoft Dynamics AX administrator has to reboot the server. Before rebooting, he or she typically notifies users asking them to log off the system. In Microsoft Dynamics AX, administrators can use the online users form to make sure that everyone has logged off and end sessions for those who haven't. So if I'll go back to my Dynamics AX, in the administration module, we can find the online users form. If I will click it, so to quickly learn who is logged into Microsoft Dynamics AX, we can open this online users form, and it has following tabs: the client sessions and server instances. The client sessions tab displays information such as user ID and name, the type of session running, logon date and time, session IDs, related computer and server names. The Server Instances tab displays information such as server instance name, computer name, server port and status, date and time the server was started, and number of clients connected to the server. In addition to viewing client and server information, users can use the online users form to end client sessions. So I can highlight the user and click End Session, and Dynamics IX will ask me if I want to finish the following session for the following user. If I will click OK, as only me logged in currently into the Dynamics IX, Dynamics IX will terminate my session. This way, if some users are not out of the system, you can terminate their sessions manually through this form. Also, the online users form has a refresh function that lets users update both the client session and server instances lists to reflect any changes to the data. So I can use the refresh button. So we finished our session for today, and in this, the second part focused on user setup in Microsoft Dynamics IX 4.0. This includes the creating user groups, assigning company domains, assigning users, assigning permissions, creating users, including using the Active Directory import wizard to create users listed in the Active Directory, using a manual process to create users, assigning user groups, relating users to employees, reviewing user permissions. The defining of user log parameters, this includes the log cleanup and pivot table views. In addition to user setup, this section provided instructions on how to monitor client and server activity using the online users form. This includes how to end sessions for users. At the end of this section and at the end of the chapter 4, in your manuals, you can find the test your knowledge questions on page 27 that I would like to ask you to answer before next session. So we finished our session for today. Please, if you have any questions, write in your question dialog box, and I will try to answer them. As I can see, we don't have, unfortunately, any more questions. So I'll wait for a couple of minutes more. Okay, no questions in our session. So thank you very much for your attention, and I hope to see you next week on Monday, where we will talk about the next chapters in introduction part of Dynamics IX. Thank you very much again, and goodbye.